Who is Jean? That's a question that quite a few people already know the answer to, and now it's time for you to find out who is Jean. Go to whoisjean.com, that's WHOISZHON, and you can watch the entire 20-episode series for free. It's the story of Jean, an alien, or is he, who crash-landed on Earth many, many years ago, who has now turned himself in to the authorities and claims he'll answer all of their questions. Or will he? Check it out. Whoisjean.com. WHOISZHON.com. You can hear the GMR Podcast on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Create custom playlists. Over 20,000 shows to discover. Rate and review my show, the GMR Podcast, on Stitcher. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, no wasted memory. Stream your favorite podcast. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store. GMR. You are listening to the GMR Podcast.
Coming in 2014, the director's cut of Writing Frenzy. Frenzy, the hottest comic book on the market. Billy Shaw, the screenwriter assigned to write the Frenzy movie. One problem. Billy's totally blocked. Now, Billy travels to the comic book store that the creator of Frenzy died in an attempt to inspire himself. Will it do the trick? With help from the store's owners, John and Pete, it just might. Writing Frenzy. It's about the process. The new comedy from Pondo Enterprises, coming in 2014.
Support your locals, starting with Space Smoke Shop, located on 125 East Pennington Street, Tucson, Arizona.
Space Smoke Shop features local glass, cheap tobacco, and any drink you can think of. They're also a hookah lounge and a venue. Like them on Facebook to keep up with shows, details, and new products.
Every second and fourth Tuesday is Punk Rock Tuesday at Space Smoke Shop, 125 East Pennington Street, downtown Tucson, Arizona. Be sure to tell them you heard about them on the GMR Podcast.
That's what Rubbing the Dolphin was all about.
Rubbing the Dolphin.
It was all about it's Big Brother prophecy.
I think it's time for that show to come on, finally.
Should we... What, the original? The original concept?
It's in... But you would have to pay $50, though.
Oh, me? $50?
No, that's right. You could probably get waived, huh?
Could I?
Well, yeah. I would think you qualify.
I could give him some money, right? Maybe half. I could probably come up with half if I were actually actively producing programming at the TCCC, which is no longer the name of the place. Access Tucson.
Yeah, it hasn't been TCCC
since 1993.
Wow.
Is that right? That's not right.
That's about right.
Is it right? It rhymes because it fucking rhymed. I didn't think it'd be right.
I remember Access Tucson Pogs.
Pogs?
In 94.
We had... Do you have one?
Maybe in a box somewhere.
I saw Kevin last Sunday.
And you made new show Pogs out of them by flipping them over and taping them together. But
Wow.
anyways, you saw Kevin last week.
He's a Big Brother fan.
Yeah.
I
want Team America to fuck up their game, not help them.
Yeah, they fucked up everybody else's game, or Frankie has. Well, who are the worst? Frankie?
Well, yeah, he's the crowd favorite of absolute worst.
Is he?
Yeah.
He thinks his sisters. Do you believe all his little sisters followers are going to put him over the top. If there is an America's choice this year.
No, I don't think so.
You think more people hate him? Because Big Brother has a much bigger following than any. I don't know.
They were saying that people thought that it was Frankie's family insinuating all the booing last night.
Oh, they were in the audience?
Well, this is just things I read online.
Or they were maybe paying people?
Yeah.
But why were they suddenly allowed this week?
Yeah, they just were. Cheers or boos were okay.
Cheers or boos. Where in the past, they were like, hey, just cheer, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a douche.
And the button.
Ooh, the button. The mysterious button. I didn't quite catch what that was all about. Can you explain it?
If you push the button, a countdown will start for 5 days and 19 hours, which works down all the way to Wednesday's live show. And because the button was pushed during the live voting, everything will suddenly stop, and the entire week will be rewound as if it never happened.
So they don't know. They won't know until that point if the button has been pushed. And any one of them, they've all had the opportunity to push that button.
Oh, they all went in there and pushed the button.
They all pushed the button.
So Frankie won that second HOH, but it's all meaningless because all the nominations and veto, it's all just, they're just spinning their wheels this week because the button was pushed. I guess that'll be our version of Pandora's box for the year. Caleb, if you push that button, I'm going to kill you in your sleep. That is a quote from Frankie.
I remember that. We all heard that. That was just 2 days ago. Our time. Not your time, but our time.
I didn't hear the audience screaming when I won veto. I heard nothing. That's another Frankie quote.
People hate you.
I don't even remember what the Team America was for this week. Oh, convince people to fast or convince people there's a rodent in the house.
Yeah. The fasting one sounds better because at least you can get a little sleep. The rodent in the house, you got to be a part of the whole hunting down the rodent.
And Derek is still receiving hollers.
Oh yeah, I did the math on that. That was
last night.
insane.
They got a holler from Zach.
Here's the problem that Kevin pointed
then they
out.
got one from Donnie, and then they got one from Costa.
It's just not fucking Derek that's getting the hollers. Everybody's getting the hollers, right? Isn't like what?
With 5,000 hollers, you gotta do something.
Well, I'm just saying, it isn't like they gave him an earpiece and they're just screaming in his ear.
Oh, the whole house has to suffer because he did
because
that,
he wanted $5,000.
Exactly.
Oh, I certainly hope there's an America's choice this year. There's got to be, right?
Oh, yeah. And if Frankie wins it, then we know the whole thing is just one big sham.
Then I quit watching.
Yeah, we'll just start watching Celebrity Big Brother UK instead.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Much more interesting.
That show is crazy.
Oh, it's completely out of control.
You got Gary Busey. Let's start talking about it. Just tell him what's going on. You've watched more than I have.
Yeah, I've watched about 7 episodes of it so far. I thought it wasn't going to make any sense, but it does. They explain it as it goes along. And it's celebrity, but celebrity if you live there. Because I did not know.
In England.
I still don't know who these people are.
Or that part of the world.
Yeah. It's funny when one of the Americans is somebody who's, I mean, I guess you could say Frenchie is an American, but you wouldn't know it.
She was on Rock of Love.
Yeah.
Like she's been living here for the past
A show I didn't watch.
10 years or something.
Yeah.
And she wanted to fuck Brett Michaels. Is that his name?
That was the point of that show, yeah.
Who's going to fuck Brett Michaels? That could have been the name of the show. That would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
I probably would have watched it then.
Wasn't that a spinoff of Flava of Love, which was the Flavor Flav?
It was a similar show.
And we know him because of The Surreal Life. It all just kind of just ties all back together. But anyways, it's crazy. There's some, normal, nice people in the house. Then there's some really angry, bitter, mean people in the house. And then there's a handful of just fucking batshit crazy people in the house. And swirl it all together.
Gary Busey.
And they're basically trying to kill each other 2 or 3 days in. Property destruction, being told by Big Brother that you don't raise your arm towards somebody that is a physical threat. All sorts of fun things.
All the alcohol you can drink.
Oh, I'm sure that helped. It's just when you think, oh, that person surely won't get in a fight with anybody, bam, then they're screaming at somebody getting up in their face. So, and I'm not even a week in, and it's already this crazy.
It's a 4-week show.
It puts our Big Brother to shame. Ours is very tame in comparison.
You're saying they would cancel our Big Brother?
Oh yeah, compared to this.
If we had the equivalent of that here, it's hard to understand though because people are such thick accents.
You're like Gary Busey. You're like, what? Shh.
I know, and then
Repeat what you said.
Gary's just trying to understand what's going on, and they don't like him because he doesn't understand what they're talking about. He's simply saying, "Can you slow down the way your speech so I could understand you?"
I'm glad that it's going to be over with soon.
20 days from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. It'll be all over with.
Boom, less than a month.
And
less than 3 weeks.
Even the Celebrity BB will be over by then.
3 weeks.
And AGT will be over. And
what are we going to do?
Well, then all the sitcoms come back. Big Bang Theory, It's Always Sunny, Comic Book Men.
Big Bang Theory debuts the same night that
sitcom.
Gotham starts.
Well, of course it does.
So I'm probably gonna watch Gotham because I don't know that you're gonna be into it.
That is correct, sir.
So and then I can talk you into showing me the Big Bang over at your house. I'll be like, hey.
Easy enough. Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do this fall season.
Yeah, because they're showing football on Thursdays now, which kind of signals the end of the beginning of the end of fucking primetime television as we know it.
They've done this shit before.
Well, we had Monday Night Football for so long, but now you got an extra night?
No, they've tried this before, dude.
Oh, really? Well, see, I stopped watching TV for about 8 years.
Well, they've done this.
So.
I mean, football happens on Thursday, and they televise it sometimes.
Well, I know they were showing it on cable, but
Well, that's
as
what
far
I'm
as
saying.
making it like a permanent part of the lineup.
It was on Channel 4 last Thursday.
That's right, it was. They had one of the
So-
preseason games because they were plugging that
It
on
was
HET.
It might have actually been the first game of the season.
See, it's all connected. And they even had Ariana Grande on AGT last week, and I thought, damn, the contestants were better than her, I thought. Are you allowed to X the celebrity guests that come out?
You might have to show that to me because I did not see that.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
No,
but
I'm not even sure who went through, but I guess I'll figure it out later.
just for curiosity's sake.
And now it's time for the after show. Are we did the after show yet?
Yeah.
After show. Heck yeah. So I think Ric Flair's really going to do something at this year's WrestleMania.
Wouldn't that be funny if they put him in the UK Big Brother next year?
Oh, God, I would.
I'd expect the unexpected. You say, there's never a dull moment. Well,
That would be
not
the
that.
best fucking thing I could imagine, dude.
Did Batista live up to your Guardians of the Galaxy expectations?
I had no problem with it. I found Guardians of the Galaxy.
So I thought he was just going to be a voice, but he was actually that big guy, right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, he was. That's Batista.
Making a mainstream movie debut, right?
No, that's not true.
But what other? He's been in some others.
He was
That's
in-
got to be like the biggest though so far, right?
It is the biggest.
He's going to be a household name now.
He was in the last movie with Vin Diesel. Whatever the Riddick.
Oh, he was in the third
Riddick. He was in some other movie. I'm not sure what the name of it is. But you could figure it out real fast.
Yeah, I think on that Phoenix Comic Con 2013 podcast we did, you mentioned something about he was going to play the voice of Drax.
Oh, maybe that's how you heard it.
I was like, oh, but that was last year's, early information, way before the movie came out. Do you think it's going to make cassette tapes more fashionable, Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's an interesting question, because I was on the bus today, right? There was a girl sitting near me, and she, right before she got off the bus, she was frantically looking for something in her bag because she couldn't find it. And I said, "Hey, there's something underneath your backpack." And she lifted up her backpack, and it was a cassette tape.
Wow.
And she was so happy that I told, she didn't lose her track of her cassette tape. She's like, "Oh, thank you very much," and all that. So, yes, perhaps, my friend, everything old is new again. Remember that?
Cassettes are the new vinyl.
It's going to be the new vinyl, kids. Guess what? Because you can write your own shit on your cassette. Do whatever you want. You can put whatever you want.
Yeah, GMR Podcast now available on cassette.
Yeah, exclusively on cassette in about 6 months. When we stop paying the cable fees or whatever, the internet fees, it's going to be exclusively on cassettes.
Yep.
So, hope you guys are fucking ready for the switchover.
Yeah, we'll mail them out once a month.
Yeah, it's going to be a subscription fee. It's probably going to be about $10 a year.
Yeah.
That's not bad, right?
I mean, yeah, we're losing money on that, but it's for the fans.
So, sign up now. You want to be part of that? Because 6 months, we're going to do the switchover.
At GMR Podcast.
So you really ought to get on board right now. Let us know that you actually want these cassettes. What would we say? $10 a year?
Yeah.
That's less than $1 a month.
Mm-hmm.
We could break that down. If we started doing math, we could
Cheaper than
figure
the
out.
price of a cup of coffee a day.
Hell yeah, depending on where you get your coffee. I mean, fuck, that's pretty cheap. You ever get coffee that cheap, Marty?
Only at a Harrigan show.
That's less than $1 a month.
I go to Harrigan show for my daily coffee fix.
Yeah. Woo! Ric Flair. GMR.
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 GMR.